Greetings, Patrick here. Have Cheetah with you, and I'm sitting next to.
Gabriella Westwood.
Yay!
Hello.
Hello, Gabriella. Uh, wow. So, welcome to our welcome to our watch party for She Is Love.
Woo.
Um, that's right. Just in case you might have missed this, um, uh, just in case you might have, I know, I don't know if you guys know this about me or not, but uh, we like Haley Bennett. We're big Haley Bennett fans. I'm not sure if you can, know that or not. Uh, of course, some people do. Hey, Anthony, how are you? Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Glad to be doing this movie with you. You're a big Haley Bennett fan. I am too. Um, and I thought doing this movie would be a really fun watch. Now, Haley has done a lot of action movies. She's done adventures. She's done horror. She's done thrillers. Um, but I like the soft side. I like the movies like Cyrano. When I like you know movies where music and lyrics was really fun. That was her first film. She was really good in that as well. Um, and she also did magazine Dreams, which just came out this year, that starred Jonathan Majors in his comeback, and she was co-starred in that as well. Um, when did you how did you discover Haley?
I think the first thing I saw her in was the one with the girl on the trainer. That
Uh,
one.
yeah, that's what it's called, The Girl on the Train. Yes, with
And
Emily Blunt.
yeah, and then uh, I was like, oh wow, she's amazing. And then well, and of course, I was really excited about Cyrano when that was coming out because I'm also a big Joe Wright fan, and then it was the both of them working together because, of course, she's also married to Joe Wright, and then also the Magnificent Seven. I
Yeah,
very much enjoyed her in that.
yeah, she was a badass in that. Definitely. She was, yeah, I think she can, and as much as a badass she was in that movie, I really thought she did a great job with Christy. Man, so we do a show called the IC Midnights, and we do this on the last Sunday of the month. So our good friend Haas, we each go around, we each pick a movie, we host it, and talk about it, and he picked up a movie called The Den. Man, that's a banger of a movie, and it's like, damn, it's 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 a very strong movie. And I'm thinking, I have something for that. I have something along that line as sort of like a response to it. So I decided to watch this movie called Bound to Vengeance. I'm telling you, that movie just skyrocket. Well, then I heard Haley was in Christie. I went to try to find a copy of that movie here in the States. The only copy I could, I saw it on Amazon, and I ordered it. About a week later, it came through the mail, but it was in German. So, so I go ahead and I tell the guys, hey, it's German. I know I know there's English on there, but it's not what I ordered. I said it's in German. He says yes. I said that's it says and then I saw that he actually was in Germany, and I said okay, that's on me. Um, and he says, he said, but don't worry about it. You can keep it. I'm going to return your money, but you can keep the movie. So I watched Christie, great movie. I go back to trying to find it here in the States. It never got a statewide release. Never got released in the States.
How strange.
But that movie is like a spiritual sequel to Bound to Vengeance and to The Den. And man, she could hold her own there. She was badass in Christie. Um, but tonight we are talking about a much more mellow movie. We're talking about She Is Love. And do you know anything about the background of this movie, as far as it being filmed or where it was filmed at or anything?
I wanted to be like surprised, so I didn't want to read
Oh,
too much, spoil
uh,
anything.
I'll show you some facts about the movie though, because it'll make the movie all that much more like, wow, really? Um, so this movie, it came out. It was filmed in 2020 during COVID. The director is Jamie Adams, and they filmed it. They filmed She Is Love in 6 days.
Wow.
6 days. Have you ever filmed a movie in 6 days?
No, but you know what? I have worked on a TV show where we did 2 seasons in 30 days. So we did 20 episodes.
Oh my God, that's crazy. That's that's crazy. That's okay. I think you might have got her here, but they did it in 6 days. It was the height of COVID, so everybody, if you really notice that there's not a whole lot of like co-stars in here because they're underneath that 6 feet. Um, the script itself, this is what really impresses, is the Jamie Adams is a director that likes his actors to improv. So there's no script in the traditional sense. He just basically says, here's the outline of the story, have at it. So what we see is totally improv.
Wow.
Um, yeah, it's crazy. We got some more fun facts along the way, including a nice star turn by one of the leading actresses, who's a rising star in her own right, and Marisa Abela. Yeah, she's on her way up too. All right. It's 8:06. We'll get this. We'll start the movie in about 9 minutes, 9, 10 minutes or so. But tell us a little bit about yourself, Gabriel. How, because you also are an actress. You got some movies underneath your belt. You got another one coming up real soon. So talk to us a little bit about you and some of your a little bit of your background.
Yeah. Like you said, I'm an actress, and I'm very excited because No Tears in Hell is coming out August 12th. It's going to be on Amazon and a bunch of the other video on demand and streaming platforms. So, super, super excited for that one to come out. We shot it a little while back, and I really had a really good time filming that movie. So, looking forward to everyone else getting to see it. And I just worked on another movie with the same director, which he wrote, called A Rough Draft, and he directed as well. The director is Michael Casey. He's, of course, been on the show a few times. And
Michael's he's almost like a regular.
yeah, he's like a recurring guest star, I think.
I love it though. I love it. Anytime he wants to come up here and hang out and do movies, watch movies with me, I'm all about that. And we're gonna try to get him back on here real soon. Because I really want you and him to be here when we watch. I want to do Christie with you guys. That's really what I want. But
Yeah.
I'm very excited for you and No Tears in Hell. That's gonna cause some fur on some necks to rise up. I tell you that right now. Nightmares are included, and that is a good thing. I mean, that is a very positive thing. Not only are you in this film, but another past guest was in this film as well. Um, I'm gonna be
Audrey.
little Audrey. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. So I miss Audrey. It seemed like the last couple of times I would say, "Hey, Audrey," but she has gone insanely busy.
She's so
Actually,
busy. She's filming all the time and traveling for all kinds of different jobs. So yeah,
yeah,
she's been super busy. I haven't even seen her myself in a while. We've been trying to meet up, but it's been difficult.
yeah. She just blew up. Every time I looked
Working
over
hard.
there, Yeah, that's the coolest thing is to sit there when you talk to somebody on a question, and I've said this over and over. To me, what's really fun is catching you guys right when you launch. Like there's something cool to be able to sit there and say, well, it was really nice having you on the show tonight, but we won't be seeing each other again like this, because that means you're going to be going higher, and it's already happened a few times. In fact, there's one already this weekend that's happened. We had a guest on who was a screenwriter and an actress, and her star is just blowing up. In fact, she got one of her movies premiered this weekend that she pitched and wrote and assisted in writing the script. Shout out to Leah McKendrick for I Know What You Did Last Summer. That was
Wow.
her. Yeah, it was like, oh yeah, that's gonna be fun. And so far, I hear the movie is doing well. I know they were looking to do a little bit better numbers, but it's summertime and everybody wants to go see Superman. So I'm thinking that, you know,
It's a tough
it's tough.
weekend to be competing.
Yes. I mean, you got put in this week. Last week was Superman. You get released this weekend, and next week is Fantastic Four.
Oof.
You sort of want to go to the person who's organized the release of the film and going like, man, I like sandwiches, but not like this. You know,
That's a tough sandwich to be in.
especially, and people always say that horror films can just they can swing through anything. Not always. People love the superhero movies, and Superman is a big hit, and they're saying that the Fantastic Four will also be. But I Know What You Did Last Summer does have a pedigree, and I think it'll hold its own. See, going to the chat real quick. It says, Steve says, you see that Gabriella is from New Hampshire. We spent a year in that beautiful state. Oh, I didn't. Yeah. Did I know that?
Awesome. I love New Hampshire. I love New Hampshire, but there's not enough industry in New Hampshire for the acting and screenwriting worlds.
Right.
But I love nature.
If you guys notice, I put down there something new. I said, guest hostess, actress, screenwriter Gabriella Westwood, because you recently got to write a screenplay. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I got hired to write a screenplay. I can't talk too much about it, but it's focusing on primarily female characters, which is very exciting for me. It's always exciting to get to write a female perspective, and it's going to be very suspenseful, very I hope people will really feel the tension and anxiety in it. And I also had a script optioned by our friend Michael Casey.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're working on a Western together, and I'm so excited for that, and talking to some really amazing actors and actresses. So looking forward to seeing how that all comes together. And that one also has a female lead. So trying to, write some great stuff with great roles for women.
Now, are you going to be behind the scenes solely on that, or are you gonna be one of the actors in it?
I'm mostly behind the scenes for the Western. I think I'm probably going to be in the thriller, the other script. But well, I didn't really particularly write any sort of role for myself in the Western, so I'm like, did not type for any character I wrote. I wanted to, just focus on the story and not worry so much about what I might or might not be doing. But
Looks like someone named Doreen Archambault just walked through the door.
Hi, Mom.
Hello, Mrs. Archambault. How are you? Welcome to the show. Yeah, I'm glad about the Western. we've been talking to some independent Western people here. The producing partners, Joe Cornett and Alexandra Nesky, and there is a lot of room out there for good Westerns. I mean, they have proved that. They have done 3 movies, prepping for their 4th, and they have proven that there's a lot of life left in the Western. And it's good to see it happening. Um, because people just seem to like, because it's not really in a public eye. In fact, I think the last big Western, that did well, might have been the Magnificent Seven, because we all know Kevin Costner didn't do that so well with American Horizon.
Sad.
Yeah, that was. I don't know if that's such, if it's too ambitious is the right phrase, but he just gambled everything. And I mean, Westerns are being made, but but I don't know if I would sit there and advise anybody to try to do a 4-part, movie series. I would just sit there and say, get one underneath your belt, like Joe and Alexander did, and that did really well, and then say, okay, so we know our target audience. We know that there's people out there still wanting to see. They were looking for a white hat and a black hat, and that's the reason why I'm happy to see anybody doing a Western. I'm going to do whatever I can to help it out.
Yeah,
Now,
it's going to be interesting. It's like as a Western, but it's a little on the darker side because well, it's Michael and I, so well.
yeah, Michael's. I don't know if Michael's is known for his light comedy. He is known for some terrific set pieces, and some action. And though there is one movie that I'm going to say once again, and I hope that there's somewhere down the line there is another story out there, but I would love to see a sequel to Hunter's Moon.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yes, man, do I want that. I think the premise of Hunter's Moon is so exciting. It's like, wow, I would watch this family forever and a day doing what they do. I'd be the first one buying a ticket. Um, I just hope that can happen, while I'm still alive. Uh, all right. Everybody say hi. We're gonna go ahead and start in about 3 minutes. I'll drop the link down below again, so in case you guys want to come in. The movie is being shown for free on TUBI, so we're all watching it for free. When we do watch it, Gabriella, just let me know when you hit commercial.
Mhm.
So we'll stop. I'll stop, and then we'll wait till you pick up. Same thing for me. And by all means, go ahead and if anybody has any questions that you want to ask about Gabriella and her career, we can answer that while we're watching the film as well. If you have any questions about Haley Bennett, you can ask us as well. And Marisa Abela, and the other star is Sam Riley, and you can talk to us about him as well. All right, yeah, we're ready to rock. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right. So this is Shea's Love. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for your support. Your mom is excited for No Tears in Hell. Has she seen the movie yet?
No, she's been asking me like every single week for like since we filmed it. When is it coming? And
did you tell her it's gonna be like the Smurfs?
I said it's like dodgeball.
It's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's right. Yeah, you play. Yeah, you're. What was the blonde girl's name? Christine. Yeah, that's it. Gabriella plays her part's like Christine from Dodgeball. Your mom's gonna come looking for me. All right. Here we go with She Is Love. I was really surprised when they did this movie, the way they did it with, but I think if you think about it, during COVID, I think it's the only way. It's the only way you could have made this film.
It was a challenge. I made a short film during COVID, and me and the other actor filmed like in two different rooms, and it was like we were on Zoom like this.
Right. Oh my, yes. They did a couple of movies like that. I think there's one movie they did called Host, and it was like that. It was like yeah. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but I absolutely love the way she looks in the opening shot. I think she looks lovely here. Yes, Marisa was. Yes. Marisa is she has done her career is blowing up. She has done a lot of really she's won a Best Actress award over in Great Britain, and she's appeared in a lot of critically acclaimed series. So yes, her star is definitely on the rise as well. I wonder if it was cold on the beach.
Oh yeah, it looks cold.
I love that she trusts the cameraman in this shot. You know, the cameraman's walking and doing the close up. And I said before, I think she looks the most human of any of the movies I've seen her in. I mean, she's seen them, of course, but I just love the look that she's here. You know, it's just like, this is who I am at this time, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he did say to improvise, so I'll go walk in the water.
Oh,
What was the first time? What was the first movie you saw of Haley's that you remember?
I think it was The Girl on the Train. Although I think I actually saw movies when I was a kid. I think I saw movies that she was in, but I don't remember
Maybe
from now.
music and lyrics with Hugh Grant and Drew
Yeah.
Barrymore. Um, I think for me, the first time I saw her was in The Equalizer.
Hmm.
Now, do you have a personal favorite part of hers?
Well, I
Is it
really liked The Widow Clicquot.
Vertical got that movie, which really surprised me because Vertical, it's an art house film, and it really surprised me that Vertical got it because Vertical's known more for action movies.
Hmm.
And so I'm just saying, no, I'm like, okay, so it's gonna go straight to video, and it's like, and but then they said that they were gonna roll it out here in the States, and I got really excited, and they said, yeah, it's gonna be showing across the country, and so I went ahead and looked. I said, okay, it's gonna be here. I'm gonna go watch it at the theater. They rolled it out to 100 screens nationwide.
Yeah, they did like the most limited. I didn't get to
Yeah.
see it in the.
I didn't get to see it either. The closest theater to me that showed it was like 35 miles away. Uh, I was I was bummed. Is, have you done a scene like this where you like gotten ready for bed, in the morning or going to bed? Have you ever done a scene like that? And doesn't it feel? Is that weird? Is it weird being filmed doing like a daily things that you do normally, without being in a movie?
It always makes me think like, what if I'm doing it wrong, and then everyone sees and they point it out.
Yeah, yeah. You're supposed to go up and down, not like this with
Yeah.
opening credit. So adorable.
I think I'm 5 seconds behind you.
Oh, okay. I'll limit those. Do you see her when she's coming down the stairs?
She's about to.
Okay. I'm at 8 minutes and 8. I'm at the 8 minute mark. No,
Mine
6 minutes. I'm 6 minutes. I'm at 6 minutes.
6 right now.
Okay, so I'll go back 30 seconds. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, Cheryl. That's terrible. I thought TUBI covered Canada.
You have to type in like, oh really? Because I had to type in the whole "She Is Love" title. When I started typing "she," it did not appear.
Huh. I never heard of that was blocked from Canada. The link won't work. The link won't work, Cheryl. That sucks. Now we meet Sam here. Or it's weird. It's weird. His name is Idris, and it's so weird. His name is Idris because the only time I've ever heard that name before was Idris Elba.
Mm.
So here he is playing he's playing a guy named Idris. It's sort of weird, but that's Sam Riley. And Sam ended up co-starring with Haley in The Widow Coquette. You probably said it better than me. This is a very cute way of meeting.
Mm-hmm.
That would actually be very awkward, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And our first appearance of Marisa. She's gorgeous too. Idris is trying to separate them as quick as he can. Till he figures out how to explain to her. Like that would be, man. I don't know what I would do in that situation. That would be like,
just move.
Yeah, you just keep moving. You just like
immediately packing. This place reminds me of like my husband and I got married at a place in England. It was like very decorated like this. We stayed at like a cabiny thing in this house, fancy people house, and then our friends stayed in like cottages. They called them cottages. They're like very fancy.
What year did you get married?
It was 2021. It was supposed to be 2020. We eloped in 2018, but then we had our performance wedding in 2021.
It probably would have been 2020, except that these guys had the house. Actors. These actors. Have you ever been to Cornwall?
No, I want to go. We mostly go to the north of England.
His face is looks like you could see the motor in his head just like
Mm.
he's just like what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Ah, that sucks. Sorry about that, Cheryl. Maybe try opening it through Chrome.
You need a VPN.
And he
So awkward.
it is awkward. Oh, she's just smiling down there. You know that she's sitting there going what Idris is going through. Because really, what I mean, think about how I mean how Louise would feel. I mean, she would think that it's a coincidence. Like, come on, I've seen coincidences, but I've never seen anything quite like this.
Yeah.
And 10 years apart, of course she's gonna think that this is like, you know,
What are the chances?
right. Excuse me, I'm gonna go buy a lottery ticket. She's an ex, but I love you. I think it might have been a little bit more. I think okay, I'm at a commercial.
Oh, same.
Um, I think Louise probably would have been a little bit less insecure. Don't know that not that she had any reason to be, but I think she probably would have been a little bit less insecure if she had actually been married. There's
Yeah.
sort of like that. There's sort of that. It's a different from just an ex. Like when you're my girlfriend, I'm your boyfriend. It's not quite the stability in that relationship as a marriage, and maybe she would have, but she has every reason to be a little nervous. I mean, if someone somebody came up to me and said, "Yeah, my ex-wife is or an ex-husband I haven't seen in 10 years is in our house," I would obviously think that who told them where we lived
Some
at.
sort of conspiracy is happening.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, tell me when your commercial has ended.
Okay. I'm still on the commercial. I don't think there should be too many during this movie. I'm back.
Okay.
I'm at the 12:47 mark.
All right.
That's one thing you guys to sit there and say about Haley as well, and actually for you as well too, Gabriella. You're physical actresses. You're not afraid to do physical things on screen. Like roll around in the dirt or like Haley, laying on the ground. You know,
Oh
uh,
yeah.
you know, you
I love that stuff. Oh, he's got to make himself handsome now.
better hurry.
No need to be
Oh,
worried, girlfriend, but let me make myself more handsome because my ex-wife is here.
Marissa sort of looks like Julia Louis Dreyfus
Oh yeah.
for dinner. Wow. Yeah, I can understand why Louise would be intimidated, though. I mean, if she comes down there and you see her and you go like, "That's your ex-wife." That would be intimidating to say the least.
Mhm.
Idaris is the one that if he offered all three of them at the exit door, he'd be the first one out.
Mhm. Mhm.
I think he was split, and then the two ladies will sit at the table, have a glass of wine, and get to know each other.
Mhm. This is my dream house, by the way.
Oh my gosh, that house is the English have some amazing houses. That's half the reason why you watch those period pieces like Sense and Sensibility.
Oh yeah.
Half of it's for the actors, but half of it is for those beautiful houses they always show.
Mhm.
The cinematographer for She Is Love is done by a gentleman named Jan uh, Vanek. Vahanek.
Mm.
And the music is done by Chris Heisen. I love the score of this movie. I think it's really, really. I'm not a big jazz person, but I really liked his. I really liked his music. Wow, this is not as far as cinematographer. This was only his sixth film.
Wow.
Well done.
Mm.
That's got to be really interesting that someone who to be told by the director like it's improv. I wonder if he extended that to Jan to let him go with the camera. I obviously it did.
Mm.
Um,
He has to like follow whatever they do, which is
mhm.
very interesting.
You get the feeling like he's it's just him, and it's just or maybe one other person holding the cord,
Mm.
but he's just going in there with all as close as he can. Yeah, Marissa's really cute.
I'm always interested in how they do both. Maybe they have two cameras because I'm wondering how they do two sides while they're improving. Because then they'd have to do the same conversation.
Mm.
So maybe they have two cameras.
He's definitely got talent, that's for sure. Saturday. Okay, hating the outfit.
Maybe she's trying to dress more modestly because it's awkward.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be too beautiful, even though she is incredibly beautiful.
She's been bouncing off the wall. She's been bouncing the ball off there for a while.
Oh boy. Why is she doing that? Mm.
So I think Patricia is feeling a little bit put out too, because she's noticing how happy that Idris seems to be, and I think now she's, you know, now she's the one feeling the on the outside.
Mm-hmm. Very rude.
Mm-hmm. I just love the fact that they just improvise. That's what really is making this movie for me. It's like they're just doing just have that artistic freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Have you done improv like this before?
A little bit, but only in short films.
Would this something would you be comfortable doing a movie like this where the director just said go, you know,
Yeah, I think it'd be
go.
fun.
Mm-hmm. Haley's having a lot of fun with this. Cookies and milk. Oh my god. How long are you gonna do that before the cookie crumbles into the
It's
mouth?
gonna get all destroyed in there.
And Deers with a banana and peanut butter.
Oh,
Wow, I didn't know the Brits knew about that.
I didn't even ever think to just mash a banana like that.
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen that before in a English movie. Such an American sandwich.
They're the same cookie.
Yeah, yes, staring at each other. I think we're starting to get a little bit of an idea, some of the very tinkling of the idea of why these two, you know, but at the same time, it's sort of like it's like these are the things I hated about you, but now I find them
Mm,
cute, you know.
yeah.
Man, that was pretty good. Oh, look,
Oh my god. She had cookie on her face. Cookie fell off.
oh my God, they're so cute. She is so cute. I don't think this got a home release. I don't think it did, but I would love to get a copy of it if it was.
I think they don't do too many anymore because people aren't buying.
Well, they're buying them if they can find them. If they find them, they'll buy them. And Sam Riley actually, he actually is a pretty fair singer.
Mm.
He played Ian Curtis from Joy Division, and played him. Joy Division was a very popular band, and was going to come over and tour the United States. It was supposed to be like the coming out party, but Ian unalived himself. I don't know why they make you say that stuff. Hey, Kate, man, how are you? Welcome in, New York gal, Florida heart. Everything hi to everybody. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for
Hello.
Please hit the like button. That would be awesome. We're watching She Is Love. I will drop the link down for you. The movie is for free on TUBI, and if you want to join us, we are at the 25-minute mark. I wonder if we'll find out exactly what happened between the two of them. So I guess Idris earns his living as a DJ. Idris Elba, the actor, he actually does DJ.
Oh.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh. He's going to be on the defensive now. Oh, there's pictures of him. That's probably him actually. He was also in his own band. They had a record deal. Yeah, they had a record deal with Polydor. They made one record. Didn't really do all that well, and then the band broke up. But he did get to play. He did get a deal. It's a question to ask. Yeah, that's a question I ask a lot of people. I was wondering do they live in the States or they live in England? It looks like
here in England, I think.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad they established her as an American. That way that she doesn't do the accent. Plus, different. You sort of get an idea, at the genesis of some of their problems. were that he's a Brit and she's a American. I'm sure they're that's
He
gotta
has
be
probably
it's gotta be
no emotions.
yeah.
That's a person married to a British person.
I mean, it's because there's different things you
It's,
guys
it's deep inside, deep.
yeah. Holy crow! That guy's been smoking all his life.
Mm.
He had no cheeks. He pulled that in. It's like, damn, his cheeks disappeared. I'm at a commercial.
Oh, me too.
Uh,
Oh, it just stopped.
your commercial?
Yeah.
Nice. Mine's back. I'm back.
Okay. It was just a car driving and then it stopped.
I guess Louise must be an actress too, because it looks like
Mm.
she's running lines.
Mm-hmm.
That's always fun, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep, that's what she. Yep. What's more easier, to run lines or to be the person that's running lines with you?
It's probably easier to be the reader, but probably not if you're not used to acting. As I guess this woman's some sort of staff.
Yes, he feels comfortable about giving the advice. Me, I mean, if someone asked me to run lines, I probably sit there and just like, okay, what do you want me to do? Okay, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna sit there and say, well, have you thought about doing it this way? Because I wouldn't know what the hell I was talking about.
Hmm.
She's just disappearing in that chair,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the rest of my role right here.
Like half, like snuggling the cushions.
I know he's smoking in the scene, but you would have thought it'd been nicer if he wouldn't have done it in such a close proximity to her. You know,
Yeah.
it's pretty nasty.
Yeah. They're probably
But
herbal.
no, look at his cheeks. He's been doing it forever.
Mm.
No, he's not one of those. He's plus his voice. His voice is definitely sounds like
They
quality
usually give you
time.
like a fake one on set. Like it's
Have you
like it smokes, but it's like not nicotine or whatever. Just some other leaves, I guess. I don't know.
Now this would be a bad sign right here if Louise came in there and saw them start looking over through old memories.
Hmm.
It's like they're memories for a reason. That's pretty big for Patricia to say that. Like she's helping him in a sense.
Mm.
She really is by doing that. Like, have a bonfire and burn out because she shouldn't.
I know exactly what she means here. You say the word so many times, you're like, this just sounds so strange now.
What do you like doing? Do you like playing more action roles or horror thriller, or are you okay with like a rom com or a romantic drama like this?
Oh, I'd love to do a rom com, but nobody ever cast me in a rom com because the first movie I ever did was horror, and then I just kept getting murdered in movies or
That's just
murdering.
oh, that's good. Murdering good. Being murdered not good.
Yeah, I've only done really like one thing that didn't involve being murdered or murdering, but it was a I did get to play like opposite a guy and like have some like more like coupley scenes. It's just like nice to just talk
Okay.
about like relationship stuff and not necessarily like screaming, stabbing, shooting, punching. I do like all of those things. But sometimes it's nice to have like a cute little conversation.
Wow. I mean, it must have been a really bitter breakup between these two if they hadn't stayed in touch after 10 years,
Hmm.
Like you try to I mean, people divorce, they break up, and to me, I think, man, it does happen, and it's like, I've had friends who have or get that got divorced or broken up, and man, the only thing I've ever said to anyone was like, try to leave as friends, try to leave as friends. Yeah, she's drinking gin.
I think she's accidentally made him an alcoholic again.
Oh, yeah, that might have been a problem. Yeah, she did have that alarm look on.
Hmm.
I guess it would be interesting to have a weekend just to talk it out. Like I have 10 years of
Mm.
things I want to say, and here I'm going to get 3 days to do it. You know, depending on how Louise reacts to it.
Mm.
Just as Louise said, I was nice for you to see your ex, but I'm not really a fan. You know,
You probably wouldn't want your ex staying in your house, or your partner's ex to stay in the house.
right? Well, especially, I mean, I guess, I mean, you would find out how the way Louise looked at him, like she was shocked, and that tells me that he never, whatever happened to them, she probably initiated the divorce. He didn't tell her, he didn't have a bad word to say about Patricia. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been nearly so reactive to it. She'd be like, "Oh, she's here. Okay, well, we'll just, she's still rehearsing. I understand that, but she sort of got left out of the movie here. She should have been more involved in it. Either that or she absolutely 100% trusts
Hmm.
Idris.
Oh, this is it's going to go badly.
I think so. That never works out. Hmm. I wonder how much improv they really did on that.
Hmm. Be interesting to know.
That would be interesting to know. Like, would you actually let them drink and react to that, or would they?
No, I'm sure it's fake because, well, maybe, but it you have to probably do it for like hours and hours.
The one story I remember more than anything else. I tell the story a bit because even today it's still I still shake my head over it. It's the Hobbs. What's going on, Hobbs? The link to the motion picture is right above you, Hobbs. If you want to come in and if you want to come in. Yeah, man, that house is cool.
As if she has a boyfriend.
I'll never fall. She'll fall in love again.
These are like kitty razor headphones or whatever.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, of course, they have to have cat ears.
Of course, because cats rule.
I've got my mystical cat here.
How many cats do you have now?
Just two.
I like that how you said that. Just two, because you wanted to have like just 10.
Yeah, the most we had an adult cat and four kittens, and that was a lot.
That
And they
is a
all got
lot.
adopted. Now we have two adult cats.
You ever heard of flatbush cats?
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I love those guys.
I like all these different cat accounts.
I follow them. Flatbush cats. I've been following them since I read. Since I saw them, and such a such a great group.
I
And
also like
what I really love about those guys. Okay, so you've dealt with some animal rescues, right?
mm-hmm. Lots.
Now, there's one thing animal rescues just cannot do. Maybe because of the sheer volume of it. I don't know, but for the majority, whenever I see an animal rescue and they name the animals, well, part of adopting an animal is to give them a good name. If you give them a good name, people are going to be more interested in it, right?
Mm.
But it seems like a lot of animal rescues, they just don't know how to name a cat or a dog.
Probably because like record keeping, they try to have all different kinds of names for the records, and then they end up with like crazy names. And then when they have litters, they group the names together. Like they'll do like different names of peppers, like jalapeno, habanero. Oh, I'm on a commercial.
I like the one they had. They put out a video yesterday, and they named the mom and two kittens, and they named the mom Angel Food Cake. And I thought that was like the sweetest, the most original name I've ever heard for a cat.
That's really cute.
And the other one they named Fishy.
Ah. We've had all sorts of cats. We used to have two cats that were called Vlad and JJ, but they got renamed to Redford and Eastwood because their owner's an actor, so he wanted to name them actor names. Oh, it's interesting. Definitely not a producer. Producer's like the hardest part and with like the least excitement. I really love probably acting the most, but there's a lot of obstacles to getting to be in something. But when you write, you can write anytime. You can just think of something and write it, and you don't have to wait to be on set or pay a lot of money to put a production together or try to get other people involved or have an audience. You could just write something. That's my opinion on that.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm at the 40. Okay, I'm at the 44:10 mark.
Mine says 45:10.
Okay, I'm right behind you.
I'll wait for you.
I think what Idris should have done was the fact that Idris should have he should have really involved Louise with everything, And I think that to make her feel less insecure, he should have invited her to join their talking and to, not to alienate her because she's out there doing things by herself, and and I'm sure if she walks in here and sees this,
she's not gonna love this right now. Where are you at? What's your number?
I'm at 45.5. I can pause it until you reach me.
No, I'm at 45:34.
Okay. Okay. See, that's the danger of the alcohol right there.
Now they're dancing.
Mm-hmm.
This is big trouble.
This is screaming nothing. Yeah, that's screaming nothing but trouble. Especially if Luis walks in on that.
She's still saying the line about the weather.
Yeah. It's hot in Topeka. Hot in Topeka. But if they did, well, they're drinking a lot, aren't they? They think Days of Wines and Roses. Anybody?
No, now she has wine. He's got a full bottle of something.
Of the whiskey. Oh man.
I'm sure they're being much less stealthy than they think they are.
Oh yeah.
She's like spilled all over herself. They're gonna go scare her.
I guess he's gonna go as a ghost. You like football? Do you like football very much?
No, not really.
Oh, they're making. It must be her cream.
I feel like if I walked in on this, I would not even know what to say. I'd be like, "You two are weird."
Oh, no doubt, right? Well, you just say to go crazy.
What even is this?
Oh, I think Louise is. I think.
This is like deranged.
She does not look happy. Hmm.
I don't know what I would think just to walk in on my ex dressed up like a ghost. I mean, my boyfriend dressed up like a ghost with his ex.
Yeah. Mm. I still think she's. I still think she's in the rehearsal mode. It's sort of weird how she's not interacting with them at all.
She's just like an actress, so she's like, now it's time to work on my part. Don't speak to me. Don't look at me.
Do you ever get? Does that ever happen to you, where you just are in a zone where you just want to be left alone?
Yeah, I'd be like, are you leaving?
Oh, how about when you're writing your script? Did you write your script at home, or did you go out like to a coffee shop and
I write
and
at home, at
okay,
right where I am right now at this desk with Tom Cruise.
is that the Maverick one?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, thank you. Yes, this is a magical cat. I have a Pride and Prejudice poster over here. I've never danced like this alone in my life.
oh my gosh, no, 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 never.
I can never relate to a dancing montage scene because
No,
I don't I
no.
don't do this.
Tom Cruise in Risky Business.
Yeah.
Mm. You know, someone's gonna make a mistake, and that's gonna be
Hmm.
bad. That would be a shame it would mean it'd be a shame because they both each had 10 years of a relatively peace.
They should just go do the scaring part. And...
Hmm. I don't think she's impressed.
No.
No, I don't think she should. It's not on her. I, I.
I feel like I'd be like, why are you dressed like ghosts?
Yeah, I think he probably does have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. I think maybe she realizes what she's done.
Mm-hmm.
It would be extremely selfish. And the only reason I think that they would even do this it would because they're both drunk. But I like to think if they were sober, that she would have enough courtesy not to, to be very, very careful about that.
Oh, they're burning the stuff.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
You can't be keeping other people's junk.
No. She looks guilty. Like
Mm-hmm.
she realized that, she really probably, you know, she's having all this fun or memories, but at somebody else's expense. But
Oh.
I'm eating the balls. I believe that about not playing a lot of sports. We saw her throw the ball. She wasn't a very good ball thrower.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but she sort of threw like a girl a little bit. Mm. Um, Maybe that was it.
Oh, is that why they broke up?
Wow, that would be that would be pretty powerful. I'll give you this: Haley's daughter is going to be very well grounded. I
Mm.
mean, they have her doing so many cultural things and museums and trips and whatnot. I mean, yes, it's because of the other affluence, but at least they're using that affluence to educate her, and she's gonna have a wonderful. She, by the time she reaches her teens, she's gonna be so well grounded and know so much.
Mm. Oh.
He looked like a stalker. He's sort of whiny. Seriously, he's sort of whiny. She loves her scars, doesn't she?
Mm-hmm.
No one likes a piano player.
Oh goodness.
Oh God, he's thinking Danny Boy. Oh God. That song is if you say that over in England or Ireland, that's like sort of like saying Freebird or Over Here or Stairway to Heaven. Like Danny Boy. Oh, let's see. Let's see. Quarterbacks these days still throw a ball pretty good. Aaron Rodgers, for example, back when he was drafted in 2002, he had a great deep ball. I'm sure he still can. I guess. I never played drunk tennis before. Yeah, could you imagine though if you got drunk like that and we're throwing like 20 balls out there for Lucas Boy?
I
He'd be
even play.
running crazy. He'd be going crazy for that. You just get a whole basket of balls and just throw it out there. Which one does he get? Yes, tennis. I couldn't play tennis to save my life, but I did like playing soccer. Soccer was fun.
Yes, I'm much better at soccer than tennis.
I could always run, but I couldn't hit. So, do you see these guys as being a couple in the past?
Yeah.
What do you think happened to them?
I feel like she wanted to have kids and then he didn't. And now he's like, yeah, maybe I will. And now she's like, what the heck?
Yeah, because because he has a much younger girlfriend.
Oh,
Ooh,
oh goodness.
oh, here we go. Mm, wow, wow. The gloves came off now.
Mm.
I'm at a commercial.
Mine. I don't have a commercial yet.
Hobbs. I had a
Oh,
friend who
now I
worked
have a
with that.
commercial.
Okay, let me go over there. Make sure. Okay, let me know when you come back on.
Oh, indoor soccer is very fun. I like doing indoor soccer because you can
Indoor soccer is
bounce it off
cool.
the boards and stuff like hockey.
Yeah, the ball black. You know, it's really fun to watch too. Speaking of indoor soccer, is indoor football. Holy cow,
Oh,
the arena football. Man, that's crazy. Arena football is fun. I don't know why it never really took off. I know that it was for a while there in its heyday. There was the AFL was going, but it just it just failed and it never got the
hmm.
momentum back. And there's a lot of indoor leagues, but they always seem to collapse after a year.
Hmm.
They,
Aren't a lot of the stadiums indoors? Like, don't they have a closing roof?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Are you still commercial?
oh, it's paused. I paused it. It's that I just came back.
Okay, I'm at 102.46.
Okay, play.
So they lost their baby.
Hmm.
That would be. I remember reading that a couple with a developmentally disabled child, the divorce rate it's like 90%.
Oh wow.
Uh, those with a partner with a chronic illness, it's like 70%.
Whoa.
It's unreal. You think of all the things that will draw you tighter are the
Mm,
ones that separate you.
wow.
I was, I just couldn't, I just couldn't even imagine.
No, me either. I was wondering if she was pregnant during filming of this, but maybe not. But
No, because her daughter is like 7 or 8, I
oh, is
think.
she?
I think this is what I was talking about. This is why I thought she looked awesome here. I did. I know that, because she looked like COVID had happened, and yeah, it does look like, because I mean, you see her now, and she's like, very, very, slim and in that leading lady, physique. But I love her here. I think
I
she
thought her
just
daughter
looks.
was only 5. I didn't realize she was so old.
I thought she was. Was she 5 or 6? Well, she would be then. That would be if she was 6 or 7. Oh, yeah, she could be. She could have been post after Virginia was born. Huh. But she looks so great.
Mm.
till she miscarried.
Mm.
You don't want to be a mom. I could relate to that. I never want to be a father.
Mm.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I wouldn't be very good at it. So
You have cheetahs.
I'm a good cheetah dad.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Well, I didn't know you went to I didn't know you went and saw Arena Football Hops. Yeah, I went 4 or 5 times when they had the San Jose SaberCats. I went over there and watched them play. It was fun. I admit I had a blast. I thought it was a lot more fun watching arena football than it was hockey. Hockey, I could not believe how slow hockey was, how quiet the crowds are. The only time the crowd there were cheers when there was a goal or there was a fight. Otherwise, seriously, you could speak in your normal voice without any problems. Hmm. You can see both of them had changed so much.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh, are they going to go in are they going to go in the morning? Are we going to pick them up in the morning with their hangovers or late in the afternoon?
Um.
There's a typical British car, the Jaguar.
Mm.
Man, she's pretty too, Marisa. She's uh-oh, the wallet. Oh, get the picture of them. Oh, oh,
This person is suspicious to me.
I think he wants to meet Idris. She definitely has a good fashion sense too.
Hmm.
Man, yeah, she always looks great. Now, I always wanted to know a question. I always want to know the answer to this. Whenever they have luggage in a movie, do they put stuff in the luggage, or is everything always empty?
It usually has like a little. It's not heavy, but it has like a little bit of something in it. So when you pick it up, it doesn't seem too light because otherwise you'd be like, whoom, fling it around. The same with like cups. There's usually like a little bit of something in it. Otherwise, people just go like this.
Oh, right, right. I remember I was watching the Scrubs commentary. Bill Lawrence says one of the things he hates the most is seeing people fake drink.
Oh
He says,
yeah,
when I
because
get
it's
into,
like empty, and then they're like, beep, 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 beep,
yeah, they
beep.
always drink, and you can tell that there's nothing in the cup. He says he hates that. He says he always makes
Oh,
sure
yeah.
that his actors always have something in the cup. It's like once you hear that, then you start noticing it. You start noticing it in movies that how people are fake drinking.
Mm, yeah, that this always makes me laugh.
Just be happy with your weekend, Adiris. Don't
Mm.
don't jump off the roof.
I don't know why I thought this woman was here to murder him. I was like, not the tone of this.
I guess Adiris used to be a. Hmm, Louise is looking at him. I guess he's being affected by the music.
Mm.
I do not want these two to get back together. If that's what this is trying to imply, they would
Mm.
never last. They would never last, ever.
I think they have incompatible objectives.
Yes, it's okay to let go, to say goodbye. Yeah, I'm not really buying this. I'm not really buying it if they're getting back together. But if he wants to say goodbye to her, then I can see that. But anything else, I just don't see it.
Mm.
I mean, there's a reason why it didn't work. I guess it's the open ending, huh? I,
Who
I
knows
just
what happens?
I just don't see them getting back together. I think
Yeah, no.
all the I mean, we saw a microcosm of their relationship in the weekend. A lot of
He went immediately back to being an alcoholic.
yeah. Oh, here, drink more, drink more. Um, I, you know, the one thing about this, and I'll say this now after the movie's over, but I just didn't really feel that their chemistry together, though.
Hmm.
I didn't really. That's the only thing that really got me when I was watching this was I just didn't. I didn't feel that as much as I thought I would. I mean, I think. I mean, definitely. I don't know. I just didn't feel it as much as I thought.
I wondered if he was like trying to hold it back because he knows it's not appropriate.
You know what? It's especially if they were. That's gonna be hard too. You know, as far as the actor, like you're improvising. So how far do we take this?
Mm-hmm.
Well, within reason, of course. But what is the reason? I mean, your director is giving you a full, like do what do whatever you feel is comfortable. Um, it does make you wonder. It does make you wonder exactly. It does make you wonder exactly how well they knew each other beforehand. But they must have known each other, and they must have had a good time doing this because Sam Riley ended up co-starring with Haley in The Widow. Um,
Mm.
yeah, he was with her again. I'm not sure what role, you know. It wasn't her. He didn't play her husband that passed away in the movie, but I don't know the role. But he did co-star with her in that again.
Yeah.
Uh, they're still talking about arena football.
I know.
uh, I think the movie. I like the movie. I mean, I did like it, but it felt really sad. You see the whole microcosm of their relationship and why it didn't work. Like
Mhm.
she's not going to get remarried. She didn't want to have kids, and I think that's something that Idris wanted. He wanted to be married and he wanted to have kids, but he didn't know how to express himself. And that's
Yeah, they
frustrating.
just had like incompatible ideas of their life.
And they never communicated it. And when they left each other, I mean, it must have been a very bitter divorce
Oh yeah.
because they didn't talk at all. So, oh, it's the 10 years since I seen you. Wow. So you didn't have there wasn't any sort of a friendship or any sort of like, I mean, there wasn't any kids involved, right? I mean, a lot of reasons why a lot of divorces end so ugly is because of the kids. When there aren't no kids, it's like it should be an easier path for a divorce.
And then maybe they
Uh,
didn't have any reason to talk. Well, like you have to talk to each other more if you have kids. So maybe it was just like, oh, it's easier to, you know, not have to deal with the emotions if I just never speak to you again than if I talk to you or something.
so thank you everybody in the chat for coming out. We'll be back tomorrow night here on my channel. We'll be back tomorrow night. I'll be being joined by the Wonder Twins, Akira and Mika, and our good friend Monty G, Horror Miser Monty G, and of course the Nat. The Nat and the Cat will be reunited for the Midnight Society as we take a deep dive into Oz Perkins, the Black Coat's daughter. I know.
Mhm.
first, first you're doing a romantic, and then we're going to horror.
Oh.
Um, I'm a horror channel.
My dream
Uh,
is that someday when I get my TV series going that Haley Bennett would be one of the leads. That's like my dream.
Man, you know what? If you make that happen, I'll fly to Michigan and be your PA.
Oh,
I can run the craft. I can run the backstage.
she's
It's not too much. It's not too different from running a nightclub. Um, yeah, well, that would be fun. Wouldn't that be fun? And she
that'd
would
be
do it.
amazing.
You know what really fascinates about me about Haley Bennett? I'll tell you what really fascinates me about her. It's her choices. I mean,
Mhm.
she's definitely a big star. I mean, she could be doing all these, leading lady roles. All the stuff you see like Blake Lively do or Emily Blunt or whatever. You could see her easily walking in those shoes. She could definitely open a movie. I mean, she's got chops that goes for days.
Mhm.
Um, you saw Swallow, right?
No, I didn't see that one yet.
Not yet. Okay, I think I asked that earlier, but
It's on my
tour de
list.
force. That she should have won an Oscar for that. Now, I was telling you earlier about saying keywords that set me off. She should have won an Oscar for that. That's
There's
a
too
that's
much.
a
There's so much politics involved with the
yeah.
Oscars.
Yeah, I mean, they gave it to Frances McDormand. It's like, who the hell? Nobody. Listen, to be honest with you, for Nomadland, right?
Mm,
Nobody gave a shit about that movie. Nobody even cares about that movie.
I haven't seen the movie.
It's an Oscar winning. It's an Oscar winner. Nobody talks about it. It's like a Nora from last year. It only got the hype it got because the one movie from South America with the transsexual actress, because she wrote some things a few years ago and they came and jumped her. They didn't want her. They didn't. Really, what it was that the Academy was not ready for her to win. They
Mm,
nominated her, but they didn't think that she would win. And then when all of a sudden there was an upswell of people saying she should win, I think they got scared shitless and they said, well, and then next thing you know, here's things that she wrote 5, 6 years ago. All of a sudden now we're going to bring them out and sit there and say, well, look what she wrote 5 or 6 years ago. Yes, it's abhorrent, but it's 5 or 6 years ago and it has nothing to do with what she did, on the screen. But we're going to bring that up and ruin her chances for an Oscar. And so we'll just go ahead and we'll go ahead and take a Nora and make that the darling. 2 weeks out of the show, and no one talks about a Nora. I mean, they initially did, but it's like it's one. Yeah, I mean, look at Jamie Lee Curtis. She won for everything all at once.
mm.
I saw that movie. If that's what they're giving out for an Oscar supporting actress role, just shut this. You must just shut the building down. Just throw away the keys because she didn't deserve that either. It was a pity. It was a pity Oscar. It's like, well, let's give her one because she's lasted 25 years in the business. It's like she didn't earn it. It was a fun role, but she didn't earn that. She didn't earn the Oscar. It wasn't. There's so many great performances that just get overlooked, Gabriella. You know this. I mean, think about all the roles that you've seen other people play, and even yourself. No one's going to be down there beating the drum for awards for independent film like they
No,
should.
unfortunately. Well, it was
I mean,
interesting because with like a Nora, they spent like triple the budget from making the movie on the
yeah,
actual like award. Because it's so much like the press that you get, and this year I'm on the SAG Awards like nomination committee. Like the people they do a lottery and they pick people from SAG to watch all of the stuff and do the nominations. But I mean, you don't even have to watch all of the stuff. So it's like maybe nobody even watched Haley Bennett in the movie, and so they didn't even know how good she was because there wasn't enough hype about it at the time.
ISC during COVID, during 2020, ISC with two movies kept the summer season alive. One movie was Swallow, and the other one was called The Wretched. The Wretched tied a record for the most weeks in a row at number one.
Wow.
Number one, but it was making peanuts. But they put it out there, like it was like number one with like less than 100,000 per weekend, right? Because all the theaters were shut down or very few, or it was just. But they released both those movies during the pandemic, and one did 6 weeks. I'm not sure what Swallow did. It might have got a couple of weeks as number one, but they're the only studio that put out fresh content during during COVID. Um, our video store, we had a video store chain here in the Midwest called Family Video, and they went under because there was no new movies being released.
Wow.
I mean, there's just everything just dried up. I mean, without these movies, without the publicity that accompanied them, it could have been a lot worse for the studios. They happened to put out a movie that was just absolutely riveting, but no one saw it really. No one saw it as they should. And then when And then when you go ahead and you look back at the performances and you sit there and say, this is easily the best thing that I saw this year. I mean, at the very least, Haley should have got an Oscar nomination, at least. But as soon as they come back there, next thing you know, there's Nomadland and there's Frances McDormand. And it's like, okay, it's back to normal. That was the last time I cared about the Oscars. I pulled the plug there. I said, wow, if that's what you're going to do, that's how you're going to, wow. And you're right. The director of Anora went on record saying that they spent 3 times as much money promoting the film than it in the film cost. And there's just and no one says nothing about that. You know, they crack down on the Golden Globes to sit there and say, well, it's like, you know, 30 people that, you know, have all this authority or all this, you know, influence. And it's like, well, it's no different from the Oscars. It's just there's a lot more people in the Oscars, but they do the same thing. I mean, studios buy the Oscars. People are not earning awards anymore. They're being bought. And I have no desire to watch it or have any interest in it anymore. I mean, it's just a shame. There's a lot of good performances that get overlooked.
Yeah, there's loads of amazing ones. Oh, Mom, Cooper's in the other movie called Swallowed. Different movie. Although I maybe I'll watch Swallow tonight because it also has Austin Stowell in it, who I really love it from NCIS Origins, the TV show. He's great.
Yeah, he's real. I've seen that show a couple of times. He's done a really nice job, from what I understand. I haven't watched it enough to get an idea. You know, I saw him. He was really good at Swallow too. I mean, it's an interesting turn by him. But wait till you see it. You'll understand why I'm ranting about it. I'm positive that once you see it, you'll at least understand it because. And Cyrano, look at Cyrano. Cyrano was absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, she looks like an angel in that.
Yes, and MGM could have promoted that movie, but they only had enough budget to promote one movie, and it wasn't Cyrano. I mean, Cyrano got 2 nominations for costumes, and it's just like, that's all that they got. That's a gorgeous movie. Holy crow! That's a Peter Dinklage, phenomenal. Calvin Harrison Jr., phenomenal. And Haley, like he said, she looked like an angel. And it's a beautiful story. Yes, it's been told a couple of times, but not nearly as much times as we have watching stupid, the same old. It's like no one wants to see another King Arthur movie. But rest assured, in another 2-3 years, we're going to be getting a King Arthur movie, or we're going to be getting a Three Musketeer movie. It's just stuff that nobody really asked for.
They're doing Harry Potter again.
Right. Nobody asked for that. Nobody asked for Harry Potter. Now they're thinking about remaking The Lord of the Rings. Nobody asked for that. No. I have not seen anybody sit there and say, it's a good idea. I wish they'd remake The Lord of the Rings again. I hadn't heard anybody say that.
No, I'm all set watching the existing trilogy over again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm totally happy watching Harry Potter, the movies that they made. I'm totally fine with that.
Well, my mom has a lot of opinions about this because she's always tired of them remaking the same stuff with like the same 4 people in it.
Right. We don't need that. All it does is just takes away spotlight from original films. Like a movie like No Tears in Hell.
There's a really interesting looking movie that A24 is just putting out with this girl who is like so similar to me. Literally, my husband sent me the trailer for this video. It's called Sorry Baby, written, directed, and starring Eva Victor. And she there's cats in the movie, but don't worry, nothing bad happens to the cats.
Okay.
And it looks like a really interesting original movie. But this girl is like basically exactly like me. She walks like me, she looks like me, and she loves cats. But it looks like they put out an original film.
You don't think your mom cloned you, do you?
Mom, do you have a secret other child named Eva?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Mom.
She says no
Did you?
comment.
Yeah.
No comment.
No comment. Uh, I can't talk about my time at Area 51. I told you that, Gabriella.
Yeah. It's
Well, I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with us as we watch She Is Love. This was a lot of fun, and we're going to do it again soon. Hopefully soon. I think it'll probably be towards September. We'll come back and do Christy. But if and if we get it sooner, we get it sooner. But if not, we'll look for that. We'll also look for No Tears in Hell. They're dropping on video on demand on August 12th, along with Audrey, little Audrey, and you, Gabriella, and definitely going to be a fun movie. If you're a horror fan, you'll definitely dig it. You'll enjoy. Well, I don't know what to enjoy, but you'll definitely meet a villain that you won't soon forget. Written and directed by Michael Cassie, and now that he's got 2 more movies underneath his belt, now's the time for us to start whispering Hunter Moon sequel. So that's what we'll be doing. That's right. When he hears this, it's like, "Hi, Michael, how are you?" Start working on that sequel. Uh, that's not so hard. That's so hard to do, to write a sequel to
yeah.
a movie. All right. Stay right where you at, Gabriella. Everybody else, we'll be back tomorrow night at 8 o'clock here on my channel for our deep dive into a Black Coat's Daughter, also from A24. I'm doing an A24 film, even though my love affair with A24 is well known in our little community. It's always very entertaining when people get me to talk A24 films. All right. Thank you so much for coming out. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Bye.